Hey, APSeminar, I'm super excited to spend some more time on our IWAs. This is really important paper, obviously, so it's important that we spend, even if it feels like it's repetitive, spending as much time as we can to make sure that we are getting done what we need to get done. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and give you guys some breakdown understandings of what is expected of you today. So today we are specifically going to be refocusing on our research. I've noticed that it's not that our research is bad, but that we need to spend as much time as we can justifying the research, that all of the hard work you guys have put in with your research, and integrating it into your paper to the most successful degree that we can. And so today's key understanding is the strength of the written argument is dependent upon the strength of the chosen support. Credibility is established throughout the paragraphs as well as through consistent citations and a varied bibliography. You guys have done a wonderful job of sticking to those standards of the exact amount of JSTOR sources you need, the exact amount of newspapers that you need, government sources. You guys have done a really good job of maintaining that checklist. Now it's just about making sure that you are using those sources in the most effective way possible to show that nobody understands gender and happiness as well as Lauren, and to make sure that nobody understands and make sure everybody understands that nobody gets stereotypes effect on happiness as much as Nyasha. All of your guys' research is very pointed and very clear. So I just want to see that research really shine through in your writing. And so today's checklist, this is a very broken down understanding of what we need. This is in your classwork for today. So today what you are submitting for your exit ticket and checklist, this is all expanded upon. I'm just going to be following up on some very key ideas. I know some of you guys have started this revision already, but there is always work to be done to make sure we are as good as possible. So the first thing is make sure that you have four tier 2 sources, four tier 1 sources, 2 tier 2 sources, 4 tier 3 sources, and 2 stimulus sources. That is the most important thing. You have to have at least those in your essay. More is great. Feel free to have more sources than that, but you have to have those. Next, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on the bibliography because I think we have some misunderstandings about what is in a bibliography. One, a bibliography is not annotated. It is not an annotated bibliography. It is just a bibliography. It is just a list of sources that you use within your paper. It has to be an APA style, which you guys should have a packet to do with all of those styles in it. If you have any questions or concerns about it, please visit owlpurdue.com. That will show you exactly how to do it. You can also use something like Citation Machine to make sure that you are creating the correct APA citations. Next, every single source that is in your bibliography has to be mentioned explicitly in your essay. Secondly, every source in your essay must be in your bibliography. It does not look credible if you have a source listed in your bibliography because you researched it, but then you don't use it in your essay. So all 4 tier 1 sources need to be in both your bibliography and explicitly referenced in your essay. All tier 2 sources must be in your bibliography and explicitly mentioned in your essay. And obviously, same goes with your tier 3 sources and your stimulus sources. Please make sure that you are doing this. It really shows that you have spent a lot of time and diligence, and it's just something that's required, not just of this essay, but any college research essay you will ever write, ever. And it's better that you guys learn how to do this now than have a college professor assume that you know how to do it and then you don't do it correctly. And finally, today you guys are going to be making sure that you have in-text citations wherever needed. Anytime that you have an in-text citation where it is referenced to, and anytime you reference a source, it needs to be in your in-text citation. You have to have an in-text citation for it. Nyasha asked this question the other day. If I referenced this source earlier in the paragraph and then I reference it again, do I still have to do an in-text citation? Yes. If it is not your own thought, yes. If it is something you got from somebody else, yes. So please make sure that you are doing everything that you need to do for this. As just a reminder, I am going to be looking at these, at your version history, and specifically looking at your bibliography and in-text citations at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So I will at 8 a.m. tomorrow be making sure that all of this has been completed. In order to get your participation grade for today, you need to submit today's classwork with those reflection questions at the very end submitted. That is how I'm going to be able to target our Zoom calls to make sure that they are as productive and as helpful as possible. It can also help me lead, like let's say Lauren and Nyesha had the same exact question about making sure that they're doing something correctly. I can group them together, or if Isis isn't sure how to use a source in her essay, but that's one of Nyesha's strong suits, I can put them together. It gives me a better chance at making sure that you guys are getting the best peer feedback that you can get from each other. Okay, so that is basically it for today. Just make sure that you are getting all of this done. I really am looking forward to seeing how your essays continue to evolve. These are so, so important, and it's gonna be amazing to show off how much real clear research and academic and collegiate thinking that you guys are doing. As always, I will be on Zoom from 12:30 to 2, available to answer any questions. And again, from 2:30 to 4, please pop on and say hi, and ask me as many non-specific questions as I can. Can't give you guys specific feedback. That hasn't changed. But I can still try to ask you guys questions and make sure we get in the right direction. Okay, hop on Zoom if you need me. Look forward to seeing you guys.